Hello there everyone and welcome to this FM20 video here on FM Scout by myself, Omega Luke, of the top 10 Wonderkids in 5 years time. So if you're wondering who are the best Wonderkids in around the mid-stage to a long career, I'd say 5 years is a good time to really establish who out of the Wonderkid list that you see across all of the websites and YouTube channels who are really starting to break into the first team and becoming world-class players. Because that's what you want, ultimately, from a Wonderkid. You want someone who will take the reins of your club and drag them as they get better and better. And so, this list is going to be 10 people who will do that. But before I go into those 10, there are a few players who are new and introduced into this game, and I know a lot of you will be wondering exactly what they are like in 5 years time. So I've got a few of them before as well. So the first one we are going to take a look at is Takafesu Kubo, and of course he signed for Real Madrid this year, and here is his stats 5 years into the future. We are just breaking in to 2025, a day away here, and as you can see, Kubo is not a bad player. You can say, I'd say he's still classed as a fringe player for Real Madrid, but understandably. But if you're looking for a lower league, Premier League club, he might do a good job for you. So Takafesu Kubo, that is the first one. Karamoko Dembele is the guy who you have seen all of the YouTube clips for Celtic. He made his debut at the end of last season. This is his first year on Football Manager, and he is just 21 years of age, 5 years into the future. That's how young he actually is. And to be honest, not bad stats if you ask me. Very good dribbling, nice physicals, and as you can see here, he is playing at Everton. So let's have a look to see. He was signed for 9.25 million here, and he has been playing quite a lot. So not bad stats there for the young winger. Not amazing, not world class, but again, if he's good enough for Everton, he might be good enough for your club too. The last player we have here on this list is Eduardo Camavinga, and he is Congolese and he is from Rennes, and you might have seen on the news or sports channels that he made his debut in Ligue 1 at the start of this season just gone, and as you can see here, 62 million he moved to Chelsea a couple of seasons ago. He is classed as a world-class midfielder. However, I did not think putting him in the top 10 would do justice to the 10 people I have included. So I thought it would be nice to add him into this honourable mention section before we get into the actual list. So, Camavinga, excellent player. And so, onto the list, and coming in at number 10 is Tobias Borchgrevink, and I've probably butchered that name, it is Norwegian. But this guy, as you can see, is playing at Borussia Dortmund and is a world-class midfielder, 25 years of age, so he is slightly older at the start of the game than most, but fantastic stats, great physicals there, the mental attributes are just as good, and he, to be honest, I see him as a very good holding midfielder, and I think you would too. Dictates tempo, looks past rather than shooting. He starts the game at Brøndby, and I have seen him valued for like less than £1 million at the start of the game. So if you pick him up early, you might get him for really cheap. Inter Milan here, 5.5 million after a few years. If he has played more, he could be even better. He's only played a fair amount of games each season, and he's still that good. So well worth putting in the number 10 spot. Number 9 now we have Marcos Antonio, the Brazilian, and everyone loves a good Brazilian Wonderkid. This defensive midfielder is now playing at Tottenham, 24 years of age. He starts off the game at Shakhtar Donetsk, so you may have to pay a little bit of money to pry him away from Ukraine, but he does look like he could be worth it. Extremely good mentals, fairly good technicals, and very good physicals. 5'6", he's not the tallest. However, he's very scrappy, he's very pacey, great agility and balance, sort of like an N'Golo Kante, that sort of player. I think Marcos Antonio might be the missing piece to your puzzle, if you will. In 8th place, we have Ansu Fati, and it's another one of those players who are brand new onto the game this year, and a lot of people have been wondering what this guy is going to be like. He's almost in the Takafesu Kubo type of thing, because he is from Barcelona's academy, and everyone knows that the Barcelona Academy produces the best players in the world. And he's not exactly a world-class winger. However, I think he is extremely good, just on the cusp. 22 years of age, so he's still got a lot of time to grow after 5 years. Could do with better work rate, I must say, and obviously he's not the tallest, and he has only got 8 jumping reach. However, those technical abilities, those physicals are enough to make your mouth water, and he's playing at Inter Milan, so he definitely is at the highest level in this game, and I think he might be in yours if you choose to sign him and you choose to play him. Ansu Fati might be someone who you could look at. Coming in 7th place, and if you are like me and you are very excited as an Englishman for our future, Mason Mount is obviously a name we've already seen breaking into the English national team. And on this save, in 5 years in the future, he is a regular starter for Chelsea, and it's understandably why. I would say that is world-class stats, if you ask me, for an attacking midfielder. If you have a look at those physicals, not bad at all. But it's really the mentals and the technicals where you can see where Mason Mount does shine. And because obviously he is already at Chelsea, we can see the plethora of stats that he has created already. A lot of times he's scoring just underneath double figures in goals, but it's the assist column you think would be a slightly more. However, this season, halfway through, already after 19 games, 4 goals, 5 assists, he's going to make the most of his starts. So Mason Mount, as intrigued as I was, and I'm sure you was as well, turns out to be an incredible player. In 6th position now is another Brazilian wonderkid at 22 years of age, so he starts off the game rather young. Immediate description of midfield orchestrator, however, I would consider this guy quite a very good striker. And this guy, Reinier, he's at Manchester City, so we all know Manchester City only buy the best and probably waste them. He starts off the game at Flamengo, £20 million Man City paid for him after 5 years. So, quite cheap considering, and his stats, I think, are phenomenal, really, for his age. He is still going to grow. Those mentals could do with a little bit more development, not going to lie, but the physicals and the technicals you would see on the best players in the world, especially those physicals. He's 6 foot as well, so he's a monster of a player in that. If you're going to put him as a cam or a striker, very good. He's already got a couple of caps for Brazil with a couple of goals. And so at the start of the save, or maybe a couple of years in, if it is that attacking position, either in the cam spot or the striker spot that you are struggling, have a look at Reinier and see if he can do the job for you. In 5th position now is Thomas Buitink, an out-and-out striker. However, he can play across the front three in behind the striker. And I'm not going to lie to you, he is one of the best strikers on this game, starting off as a youngster. 58 million he is already valued at, is the Dutchman, and outstanding stats. The technical abilities for dribbling, finishing, first touch, and even free kick taking is very good indeed. His mentals are great, they're not amazing, but the physicals, they match up as well to make this player almost an all-rounder, a sort of complete forward, if you ask me. Chelsea actually bought him off Vitesse, who, funny enough, loan a lot of Chelsea's players. So 72 million it cost them in 2021-22. If you catch him earlier, I'm sure you can get him a lot cheaper. But he's already doing the job for Chelsea in the Premier League, as you can see there. After 12 games, 8 goals, which is pretty good. The season before, 13 goals in 28 games, with +7 stats for his average rating. So I'd say he is a very good striker on this game. In 4th position, we are staying with Chelsea in the Premier League, but is not another player who came through their youth side. So Chelsea just seem to know these wonderkids, and that is Armel Bella-Kotchap. And he is a German centre-back, and he is outstanding, an elite centre-back. I've never heard of this guy before, so I was really pleased when I clicked on a name who I didn't recognise and seen this absolute monster. 6'3", so he is ginormous. The physicals are outstanding. The pace, the jumping, the balance and agility. Not to mention he has great heading, marking and tackling, the 3 fundamental technical abilities that you need to have as a centre-back. This guy originally comes from Borchgrevink, and then as you can see on this game, Leipzig have picked him up when Chelsea have just signed him for 49 million. A very good centre-back, an elite centre-back according to the media. maybe he can be that elite centre-back for you too. Heading into the top 3 now, and in 3rd position is Dominik, and then I'm not going to try and pronounce that name because I'm sorry to any Hungarian who is watching this. Yes, he is a Hungarian international on this game. The media describe him as a world-class midfielder, and it is not hard to see why. Again, incredible physicals. He's 6'1", nice height for that centre midfield role. The mentals are very good. The technicals are also very good. As you can see, Barcelona have picked him up, and he can play in a number of positions, even filling in at centre back. And he has not bad stats to do so. The heading is the only one to worry about. Barcelona have picked him up here from Liverpool for 107 million, but however, he does start on this save at Red Bull Salzburg, and as you can see, Norwich picked him up after 1 season for 24 million. So it's not too bad if you ask me. 25 million in this market to get you that player, if you continue to play him and he grew into this player, would be well worth it. In 2nd place now is another world-class midfielder. There seems to be a lot of these amazing midfielders, and this is Ilaix Moriba, and I'm sure that's probably not how you pronounce that first name. He is a Spaniard, 21 years of age, so he starts off the game probably about 15, 16 years old. He is at Manchester City on this game, but as you can imagine, that is not where he starts. He starts in the Barcelona Youth Academy, that famous Youth Academy who I alluded to earlier, and as you can see, another world-class midfielder. Outstanding technicals with the dribbling to match, so you could even play him in that cam role. 16 dribbling, 17 first touch, 16 long shots, 16 passing with a technique of 19. Incredible physicals. He's very pacey. He's also strong. Great stamina, the balance and agility, so he can weave in and out using that dribbling that he already has. And the mentals are not too bad, but at 21 years of age, those mentals will only get better, and this guy will probably just get better and better, if not become one of the best players in the world. 6'1" as well, so he's not small and dainty, and he's still that good. Ilaix Moriba is definitely someone I want to buy on all of my saves if he turns out like that. And coming in at number 1, finally, is a striker. Erling Haaland, the guy who seems to be blowing up the world in the Champions League right now with an amazing amount of goals and assists from Red Bull Salzburg. Here he is at Liverpool. He is an elite striker, and you can't really argue with that. Physicals, unbelievable. He's 6'4", an absolute giant. Norwegian, so that Scandinavian save coming back again. The technicals, not too bad, but when you have mentals like that and physicals like that, as long as your finishing and heading is not bad, you're going to score a lot of goals. And I'm sure this guy has just done that. Obviously, they've bought him there from Salzburg, 21 million. And what a bargain that is, because he got 18 goals in 30 appearances the season before. And in this season, halfway through, just gone the Christmas period, 16 games, 12 goals in the Premier League for Liverpool. An absolute beast, an absolute monster. Erling Haaland was very good on last year's game. He's even better in this year's. So thank you very much for watching this video. Leave a like on it. That would be fantastic. Maybe comment down below any other players who turn out to be a beast that you found in FM20. And of course, if you're looking to watch more FM content, we have so many more videos coming out here on FM Scout twice daily for the first 2 weeks while the beta is out. And if you're looking for some Let's Play, then you can head on over to my channel, Omega Luke Gaming. As you can see, typing it up there, I have a great AC Milan save going on right now. So come and join me during the beta for this. When the new game comes out, I do have plans for a much more larger and more of a challenging save. So it would be great to have you along to watch that as well. My name's Omega Luke, and I'll see you soon for another video.